Jalen Hurts? No, I'm not watching anymore. Fire Howie! Fire Howie right now! The heck, we over here dropped the quarterback! We have Carson Wentz! We just signed Carson Wentz in the second round! What is EDP saying?
I'm a disgruntled Eagles fan, and we're awesome.
Hey guys, this is sorry for the rude angle, but me and my friend Logan just made an Instagram for disgruntled called the Disgruntled Eagles Fan, so you can find that at that handle. And also, I have a merch website too, so you can go buy all my merch. Go do that too. Both the Instagram handle and the merch website is going to be in the description below. And continue watching the video. Hey Disgruntled! In today's video we're going to be doing the recap of the 2020 Philadelphia Eagles draft. And boy, let me tell you how irritating this one was. This was one of the most irritating ones and probably stand out from the most, or from recent memory, one of the most irritating drafts in Eagles history. I don't even know what Howie Roseman was doing, to be honest. Yeah, it was a difficult one to watch. It was very suspenseful, very exciting. And then I just want to say, before this starts, screw the Cowboys. We deserve CeeDee Lamb. I'll get into that later. But first we're going to do the highlights of each player. I'm going to tell you everyone that we got in order, and then do the highlights after I say the name. Round number 1, pick 21st, we picked Jalen Reagor, wide receiver from TCU. Round 2, number 53, Jalen Hurts, quarterback, Oklahoma/Alabama. Round 3, pick 103, Davion Taylor, linebacker, Colorado. Round 4, pick 127, Wallace, safety, Clemson. Round 4, 145, Driscoll, offensive tackle, Auburn. Round 5, pick 168, Hightower, wide receiver, Boise State. Round 6, pick 196, Shaun, linebacker, Temple. Round 6, pick 200, Quez Watkins, receiver, Southern Miss. Round 6, pick 210, Pince, Tega-Wanogho, offensive tackle, Auburn. Round 7, number 223rd, Toohill, outside linebacker, Stanford. Irritating draft, like I was saying before, because of the first 2 picks mainly. Rest of the picks that we got during the draft I thought were pretty decent, solid players filling in the needs that we had on the team, and I think Howie Roseman did a fine job with that. So let's dive into our first pick, Jalen Reagor. I think he's a solid receiver. He has speed, he has hands, he can catch the ball. He's an amazing player. The fact that we didn't trade up and the fact that the Cowboys stole CeeDee Lamb from us is the most irritating part out of everything. Another irritating thing is I personally prefer Justin Jefferson, and I think a lot of people do, over Jalen Reagor. Just because CeeDee Lamb comparison, he's a bigger guy, he's that DeAndre Hopkins comparison type of player where he's fast, but he can also go up and win those 50-50 balls. Justin Jefferson, he's fast, and he's a bigger guy. CeeDee Lamb's like those bigger guys who's fast, can catch those 50-50 balls. Jalen Reagor's on the smaller side. Don't get me wrong, he's still a solid receiver, but comparatively to Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb, he's a little bit smaller. In the draft preview, I picked CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson as my top 2 picks for the Eagles receivers. Wouldn't mind any of those 2. I actually did highlights on Jalen Reagor. I like Jalen Reagor. Don't get me wrong, he's a first round talent. But I'm just saying is that I prefer CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson over him. But I was thinking that we would trade up. And I was surprised, as many others were, that CeeDee Lamb went as far as he did in the draft. I was thinking he was going to go top 10, top 15 at least. But for him to escape that is beyond surprising. And I didn't think that we only would have to go up 3 spots to trade 3 spots up to him. Apparently Howie Roseman was trying to get a trade with the Falcons to move up in the draft, to get a few spots ahead, and that's the exact spot to do because we would have gotten CeeDee Lamb if we would have traded with the Falcons. A little mess up on Howie Roseman that he couldn't complete the trade. I guess the trades were hard in that draft. It was one of the longest periods where we didn't see a trade. It was like in the middle of the pack where we saw our first round trade with any teams. Since like 2015, I think it was the 49ers and the Buccaneers where they swapped. That was the first trade. That was the longest time where we haven't seen a trade. So I guess trading within the first round was very difficult to do. So I guess Howie Roseman just couldn't complete any trades. But that was the only way we were going to get CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is a stud. Jalen Reagor, I like him. I like his speed. I like his hands. Top-notch receiver. He's going to do really well. Let's move to Jalen Hurts. Now, the reason why I said Oklahoma/Alabama is because he was at Alabama for a few years and transferred to Oklahoma. I only knew him for when he was at Alabama, and I thought he just stayed at Alabama, but I didn't realize that he transferred to Oklahoma. I was a bit confused when I was searching up his highlights. 1, he's an excellent quarterback. There's a few flaws with him where he holds onto the ball too long, and some of his decisions aren't that good. But other than that, very solid quarterback. The major question is we just signed Carson Wentz to $100+ million contract like a year ago. Not even, less than a year ago. Carson Wentz is still in his prime. Why spend a 2nd round pick on a quarterback? Now, the only way or only thing that I can think of is a gadget play like Taysom Hill from the Saints. How they use him as a tight end, as a receiver, running back. gadget player, can do all positions. That's the only reason why I think we picked him, and or for trade value in the future. If the coronavirus lasts until the fall and football is canceled, then the college football is also going to be canceled, meaning that there's not going to be a 2021 draft, meaning that teams like the Patriots, like other teams that don't have a quarterback, are going to need to trade for a quarterback, a young quarterback, that they wouldn't receive in the 2021 draft. So this is the second option, I think, is that the trade value for next year for Jalen Hurts. We're going to keep him for a year. We're going to train him, develop his skills more. He's going to be more developed with a 1-year experience in the NFL than he will in many years in high school and college. So we're going to have a trade value in a year. We're going to trade to the Patriots, trade to these other teams that need a quarterback, and get a very, very good, maybe first-round pick or a high-level receiver or a high-level player for Jalen Hurts and trade of that. So there's two options, trade value in a year in case the 2021 draft doesn't happen, and or a gadget player. Now the gadget player is interesting because I didn't think that we would spend a second-round pick on a gadget player. I personally think that you don't spend a second-round pick on a gadget player. They either go in the later rounds, 5th, 6th, 7th round pick, or even an undrafted gadget player. Just pick up a guy for that gadget player. Jalen Hurts, I guess he can run. He can run fast, he can evade people, he can throw the ball really well. Jalen Hurts is a really good gadget player, I guess, is what Howie Roseman was thinking. I guess we're just seeing this year in the upcoming season. Now, NFL did release that they don't think that football's going to get canceled in the fall, which is good news. The fans might get changed where there's no fans in the stadium and it's just the players on the field. That might be interesting. I'll keep you updated on that in future videos. Yeah, we just have to see how they use Jalen Hurts. I'm really interested on how they're going to utilize him. And another reason is that Carson Wentz is injury prone. The past few years, or his entire career, he's been injury prone. So just a backup for Carson Wentz. It's a very expensive backup for Carson Wentz, a second-round pick. Very expensive. I mean, we're not putting a lot of money into Jalen Hurts yet because he is a rookie and you still have that 4-year contract on him. But still, you don't spend a second-round pick on a backup QB when you have Nate Studfeld, and I think Josh McCown is still going to play a year or two. If not, we're wanting to hire him as a coach, quarterback coach in the future. That might be a possibility for Josh McCown. So really going to be excited. Keep you guys updated about the quarterback position. I just want to go over real quick Davion Taylor, the linebacker from Colorado. He tremendous. This is going to fill a linebacker need that we need desperately. We haven't had a good linebacker in years. Jordan Hicks, he is a really good linebacker, but I mean, he's injury prone. He did really good with the Cardinals last year, which I was surprised. But we just haven't had that solid linebacker, punch in the nose, hit you kind of guy. Davion Taylor is that guy. He's going to hit you head on, boom. Those big hits. I really like that pick by Howie Roseman. The receivers that we got, we got 3 receivers in the draft. Yeah, we got 3 receivers in the draft. When I was watching their highlights, they're all speedy guys. We got speed in this draft for the receivers, which we desperately need. Shaun Jackson, he's not going to be here for long. He's getting old. He's in his early 30s, a couple more years in his prime. He's not going to be here for that much longer. Our receiver core right now is looking pretty impressive. We got Shaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey. Alshon Jeffrey, I wanted to trade him away. I don't really like Alshon Jeffrey right now. He's been hurt. He's slow. He's aging. He was that rumored source against Carson Wentz. He's just not a receiver that I want on the team anymore. But I guess this is kind of a prove-it year for him to stay on the team, I guess, is Howie Roseman approach. So yeah, he's just like a kind of prove-it receiver right now. But then we got Jalen Reagor. We got J.J. Whiteside, Greg Ward. And then these couple other guys, we got Watkins and John Hightower. These receiver cores is fast, very fast and athletic. You're going to see them going down the field very far. Bombs, quick slants down the field. So just keep an eye out. And they don't get injury prone. Newer guys don't get injury prone. They catch the ball, they have speed, they're young. This is what we need in the receiver core. Young receivers that can catch the ball down the field and don't get injured. It's exactly what we need. And then Shaun Bradley, Temple, linebacker. Come on, he's an excellent player. Sadly, I didn't get in to see him play at Temple. I couldn't make it to any of the football games, sadly. But from what I heard from friends, he's an excellent player. He's made a couple big-time stops. Like the Maryland game and other big games. He's interceptions. He can locate the ball. He went late, 6th round, so I don't think he's going to see that much playing time, if at all. He might get signed to the practice squad or whatever, but hopefully he can step up in the ranks of the Eagles and hopefully play and be that guy for us. I mean, 6th round picks happen rarely. Tom Brady was a 6th round. Antonio Brown was a 6th round. So you never know. He might be that elite talent in the future, and hopefully he does. It's cool to see a Temple guy playing as the same field as he played in college, and then now he's going to play in the same field as a pro. And it's nice to see your college guys, or I see you walking around the campus sometimes, actually get drafted to the NFL. So hopefully he does well, and best of luck to him. So overall, I would rate this draft a B. Jalen, I like Jalen Reagor. He's getting too much hate. He's a really good receiver. I think people are just mad that we didn't draft Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb, and that's taking away from his ability to actually go down the field, track the ball, catch the ball. It's an excellent receiver. It's the reason why he went in the 1st round. Just screw you, Cowboys. You took our pick from us. I guess it's payback for us taking Dallas Goedert a couple years ago. Jalen Hurts. I'm actually really excited. When I first heard that, I was very excited because one, the initial excitement of a very top tier quarterback in college. He played with 2 very high-end college teams, Oklahoma and Alabama, so I'm excited. So yeah, that was the Eagles 2020 draft review. If you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, suspenseful, exciting. This is probably one of the only drafts that I really actually paid attention to. And thanks for watching.